guys, it's Jessie. I'm coming to you from my kitchen today because what we're going to be going over is a few of the items that I like to call quick snacks that was recommended that I do like a little small short video of some things that I like to throw together. Most people know that I've got 1 or 2, maybe 3 really good tips on how I shop first off and then how I eat secondly. And before I go into the description of the few items that I like to eat, my #1 rule of thumb, if you know me well, you know this, is going to be water. Water makes you feel fuller longer. So it helps you because it doesn't make you feel, like if you're always chugging water, you'll never feel hungry. But, so that's tip #1. That's a very important tip. Tip #2 is going to be to shop on the outside of your grocery store. Produce, frozen foods, your dairy, all that real stuff, all the packaged stuff. The only reason I go through those aisles is primarily to get my PB2, my powdered peanut butter, or any seasonings that I wish to have. So normally I don't shop in the aisles unless maybe I'm splurging on my toddler to get a few cookies or something like that. But for myself, it's strictly just produce and more of the cold foods. So my pantry's not full, it's my refrigerator and freezer that are full. So that's tip #2. Tip #3 is going to be that since I'm type 1 diabetic, what I like to do, my rule of thumb that works for me, is that I like to stick to around 20, maybe 15 to 20 grams of carbs per snack. And then if I'm looking at my meals, I'm looking at more of trying to stay around 35 to 40. And sometimes I know I splurge, but I do for the most part try to stick with that rule of thumb. And with that being said, with my foods that I choose to eat, what I'm looking at is trying to have carbs and protein, those numbers be very, very, very tight together. So it needs to be high in, if it's going to be high in carbs, it needs to be high in protein as well. If it's going to be lower in carbs, that's great. The higher the protein, the better. So things like your Greek yogurts are like that too, and like your chicken. So anyways, so I do look, when I look at the nutritional value, I never look at calories. I look at primarily how much protein it has in it, how many of, like, what my serving is, how many I can have or how much I can have, and then what my carbs are looking like. And if my carbs way exceed my protein, I pretty much just don't buy it. You know, no personal, it's just a personal thing. It's nothing wrong with the items, it's just a personal thing. So those are my top 3 tips, okay? Now getting into a couple of the foods that I actually take along with me. These are very quick, like heading out the door type of snacks, or something that I'm sitting at the house and I would like to have a quick snack, okay? They're all about as healthy as I can make them to be as quick as they are. So my first thing that I would like to show you guys is the Power Crunch bars. These I think are new. I just started seeing them around, but they're $1.40 at Walmart, or $1.48. And my 2 favorites are your triple chocolate and your peanut butter cream. And these are about 200 calories, but they have like 13 grams of protein and 10 grams of carbs. So again, I'm looking at a low carb amount, which is good for me because diabetic, I don't have to, you know, I can have one of these and not feel like I'm being too bad. And then my protein is sitting at a high protein level of 13 grams because that's high for one of these, you know, because it's very thin, like little wafer kind of protein bar. So I love those. Even though Quest is my favorite, those are cheaper and they're easier to get a hold of, and they're new. So, and they're not really creamy, but they're great with like a morning coffee or something. Okay, so those are my newest things. The next thing I'd like to go over is how quick and easy it is to grab your fruit and celery to have with your PB2. Okay, if you have never tried PB2, the one reason I recommend it is because it's got low calories. So you're looking at 45 calories in 2 tablespoons. And when you're looking at regular peanut butter, you're looking about more of the 200 calorie mark. So, and it's still got 5 grams of carbs per serving and 5 grams of protein. Well, you can have that stuff in smoothies. You can have it with your prepackaged celery that you take on the go and your apples. These are 80 calories. This bag is 4 servings. So 80 calories per serving, and apple, you know, is good in fiber. So you can have your PB2 with these. The kids love them too, just FYI. But anyway, so that's something that I like to grab for Bailey as well. something else that, you know, when you go to the gas station, those quick and, you know, you're hungry, those quick and easy meals or snacks that you can get are always going to be little packages of meat. They're about 99 cents a piece, so you can get your turkey or your ham. I think it's the Budding brand, and then also your string cheese. Just grab one of those puppies. So if you're in the gas station and you feel like you can't have anything to eat because everything is so high in carb, you know, you want to be good. As a diabetic, I know it's easy to feel discouraged about that, but just grab stuff like this in the freezer. You know, there's those freezer sections over there, little refrigerator sections. So that's easy too. Now, something that I have in the morning, and you know, you can have it any time of the day, but I usually like to have most of my carbs in the morning, is going to be a Greek yogurt, a plain Greek yogurt. It's got less sugar in it. And sometimes I'll mix an apple in it, but majority of the time I love to splurge on granola. And this granola, guys, this Bare Naked, the honey almond flavor specifically, only has 12 grams of carbs in a 1/4 cup. Okay, normally it's got like 33 or something like that. Now what I have noticed is that this is not as chunky. It doesn't have like all that honey keeping it together or anything. It's just kind of flaky. So you literally can just sprinkle it on top of your yogurt, your Greek yogurt, and mix it in. And sometimes I'll throw a little bit of cinnamon in there, and it's perfect for me. I love it. So I'll splurge on a cup of this with that. And the reason I love Greek yogurt, once you get used to the texture of it, is it primarily has a ton of protein. Now, the plain Greek yogurt, this is a Walmart brand. A cup of it is 23 grams of protein and only 9 grams of carbs. So again, you're looking at those protein levels that are higher than your carbs, so of course I'm all for it. So if you have a cup of this with your granola, or a cup of this with your apples cut up or strawberries cut up, you know, you feel like you're indulging on a really good sweet tooth, I guess. So something else that I've gotten a couple people that I know of stuck on is, especially my mother, is hummus. Hummus and a multi-grain style cracker. Okay, not your Lay's potato chips or anything like that, but more of the grainy that's got more fiber in it. So you're looking at more of the grains. And this one particularly is like a multi-seed, and then you've got multiple flavors. These are buy one, get one free. But hummus comes in so many flavors that you never feel like you're sticking with something boring. So the only rule of thumb with something like crackers, and y'all may not understand me, is that I like to have only half a serving. You know, because majority of the time when you go grab for things such as this, or, you know, your Girl Scout cookies, I mean, honestly, a whole serving, sometimes you're way more than satisfied on these things. So why? Like, why splurge on it? You know, it's honestly just a snack, right? It's not necessarily a meal. So again, these are 20 grams of carbs and just 14. Well, then I usually stick around 15 to 20 for my snacks, so I can't have any of my hummus, right? No. Just grab 7 crackers and a tablespoon of your hummus. A tablespoon is only half a serving. 7 crackers is only half the serving. And there you've only had 10, 11, 12, 13 grams of carbs, and you've been able to nibble. You're not starving, and you've got your water. So again, you're staying within your 13, or your 15 to 20 grams of carbs for a snack. Again, it's all in the head, it's all in the mind, it's all in how you have to work it in your schedule. So I've got those. Now, the other thing I want to go over, this will be the last thing because I've got tons more I could go over. I have tons of little meals, quick meals I could talk about all day long. But honestly, guys, I've gotten most of this off of Pinterest and just my personal likes and dislikes, you know, like the string cheese and things like that. Because I will tell you, I am the kind of person that if I'm looking at a recipe that's got more than 4 items, I get so turned off by it. I don't want to cook it because to me it's got too much, and I have very simple taste buds. I feel like if I have too much, like I can't carb count half the time for some of these items, like a casserole, you know. And if I feel like I have no control over counting the carbs correctly, then I don't want to have anything to do with cooking it. So I know that sounds silly for some, but it works for me. As a diabetic, it works. And maybe that's hard for some people to do, but as long as you can learn to portion control, then I think you're fine, okay? So the very last tip I'm going to give you guys, or very last snack idea, is tuna creations. These, I think a lot of people really enjoy, and especially if you drink a lot of water, it's good because these have a lot of sodium in them. But you can tear this open, and if you have spoons in your car for some weird reason, or if you just want to grab one from the house and throw it in your car, you can just eat it in the car. My little girl has eaten them on the road when we've been on road trips. She loves them. But if you want to have this more for like a quick lunch, specifically lunch, you can get those little brown rice warm-up bags. And people never think about this, but you can throw them in the microwave. It's 2 servings. It's 2 cups of brown rice, of your complex carbs. And so anyways, you take a cup out and you mix it in, after it gets warmed up, you mix it in with a whole package of this, and you're looking at 18 grams of protein and usually about 30 grams of carbs. So again, I usually try to have, that's an extensive amount of carbs for me for a meal, so I try to have it earlier on in my day so I've got more time in my day to work it off. So I'll normally have any rices or pastas. I do like to schedule them earlier in my day. Because I don't like to eat them heavy at night because I'm already trying to finish my jugged water at night. So I already feel bloated at night trying to finish my water. But anyways, that's a great thing to do just by itself too, and my little girl loves it. So anyways, I know some of these items, are so very simple, but they're just quick snacks, quick things that you can grab or even give to your kids. And they're low in the carb arena, and I do apologize. And I could go over meals all day long, but again, guys, you can find those ideas on Pinterest. I'm on Pinterest, and I actually have a diabetic living folder, or board that I pin to, so if you wanted to check that out. I also have my Facebook and my Instagram and my YouTube channel, so and I will soon have my diabetic.com or diabeticfitmom.wordpress.com blog. So I'm going to try, I guess, maybe put up some recipes one day of, not even recipes, but just thrown together meals, because we're all about, in this day and age, to be fast and easy, but as clean as possible. And that's all me, especially with having a kid. So, anyways, if you guys have any other good suggestions for me, please let me know. I am all about it. I'm all about getting ideas. I'm still learning, just like a lot of people are. So any suggestions that you can offer me would be perfect, okay? All right, until next time, guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel and say hello every now and again. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.